Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
Hey, what's going on, people? This is Influence. Thank you for joining me today. And I have the final member of Magic Square's Bruticus, which is MS-B55 Space Shuttle. Such a creative name for a third-party figure. And you know, this is Blast Off, which is another creative name for a G1 figure that turns into a space shuttle. So yeah, this is their Legends Bruticus, and this is Legends Blast Off, and it's great. It's a great little guy. It has a couple things that, you know, aren't great, but other than that, it's transformation's fun, not too difficult, and you know, I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna do the whole review. I'm gonna have a transformation from the shuttle to the robot in a separate video, and then I will have a video transforming all of them into the limb modes and combining it into Bruticus, and then reviewing Bruticus. I won't have separate videos for that, for the combined mode and for the review of Bruticus. It just all be one, and I have, of course, chapters in everything that I do. So check it. 3 videos should be coming. So let's just get into this review. All right, man, feels so good to be reviewing a figure. Seems like I haven't gotten a Transformer figure in a minute. For real. Like, man, talking about collecting and if it's killing. What's killing my collecting is that they're not releasing nothing that I don't own already. So yeah, I haven't been buying anything lately, but we're here for this. So let's get a close-up on the head sculpt. And I mean, it looks like him. The eyes, I don't like that they're not painted. That may be accurate, but it's just all gray in there. He has the wheels here, fake wheels, of course, but accuracy. You have that. You can actually put this up here. I believe you can take that off there, and I think you can put it up here like this. Let me see. See that little thing right there? I think you can just slide it in there like this. Like that if you want to. It does go in all the way, but I'm not going to do it because I don't have it like that. I'm just going to keep it just like this. The only accessory for the actual robot is his gun. He has his pistol. Take this apart. Pistol, all one color. You see, looks the part. Has his card. Space shuttle, of course, tech specs, all that good stuff. Has directions that are crap directions, as usual. If there's a part where they can improve, it's directions. And he has this with the little G1 type style box, and that is cool. You get the pants for combine mode, and we'll get to all of this when we do combine mode. You get the big gun that's kind of the same as his gun, but just bigger, so you can compare the two. I think that's accurate. I think his gun was the same. And you get the hand with the fingers, and I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of weary, I don't know what word, but about just the pegs. So hopefully it stays on really tight. Usually their pegs are smaller than the hole, so as long as you don't take it off and on, which I won't, because I'll be combining this and leaving it. Yeah, so we'll talk about more of that, because it all combines with all the parts and does all of that stuff, all of that cool stuff. I guess it's cool. I don't know, a little gimmicky, but at least you can do something with it. And so let's compare him to the rest of his boys. You got the man, the leader, Onslaught, this guy here, I don't know his name, No, Swindle. I know his name. This guy and this dude over here, Brawl. And there they go, and they look great together. I mean, if you want to get two sets, it looks the part and is the part. If it's something that you would want to do, they look marvelous. Marvelous. All right, so let's get these guys out of here now so we can go over articulation. Head goes all the way up. It's on a ball joint. It's mainly for transformation. It's on like a little flat, so it kind of goes down about that much. So then you can spin it around 360. It's on a ball joint, so you can do side to side. Guys, arms go all the way around. They do go all the way up on two joints. It has a ball joint and another joint, secondary joint there. He has a bicep swivel up top, but his arm is also on this joint down here. I think it's as a mushroom peg. So that swivels as well as the bicep at the top does. So you got those two joints. He gets 90 degrees, well, a little bit more than 90 degrees at the elbow, but that's kind of disappointing. But I do know it's a lot of stuff going on there, so that might be why. His hands spin around. The way they transform, the peg is like up here, but the transformation is pretty slick. I do like it, and it has fixed fingers. There we go. Waist spins all the way around. He has ab crunch that much, so that's a lot. This thing back here, this butt flap thing, can push up or down, or you can just have it. I kind of push it up to get it out the way because you can't really see it when it's up. His arms, legs go forward, goes way more than up, but he's not doing the full hurdles because again they have this mechanism. The mechanism I like that I always talk about is when the whole, and there's no skirts except for this, so that's weird, but it has this whole, it's usually the skirt that it's on, that's connected to, but instead they don't make this joint move at all, where you could move this down. If they made this T joint right there, it's fused. You can see it kind of, yeah, right there, it's fused. If they made that move, he would have the range of motion that he should have, but because it doesn't, he doesn't move, the leg doesn't move back. So that's the first articulation gripe. But I mean, it's a Legends figure too, so I don't know how dynamic you're gonna have the poses. I mean, he's really articulated, so without that, it's not a big deal to me. But you can get his knee all the way back. Does have a lot of stuff that blocks it. You probably could get farther back if all this stuff wasn't there. But if all that stuff wasn't there, it wouldn't be him. Splits, he does do the full splits all the way. I already showed the knee. Thigh swivel is right here, like built into the top on a mushroom peg. Kind of like the way it looks, the way they did it. And toe. So his toe can go down. It can it go up? I don't know. No, it flips around this way, so it doesn't really go up. He doesn't really have independent spurs, but he does have a full rocker that goes all the way like that. And like I said, no independent spurs. And back here, and again, I showed this, you can move this around. And that's pretty much it for him. So now we can get into transformation. So let's get the arms. So the arms are kind of cool. I do like what they did here. So just bend the arm like this and move this around. Move this around on the top joint like that. And then you can move this back around because now it lines up. And I'll show it on the other side. So now it lines up with this mushroom peg. to be able to peg in right there. Now his arm, you want to pull down on his hand. Try to hold it at the top and kind of pull down like that. And I'll show it from this angle here. And then you move this forward, flip the nose cone out, and you flip that in, and then you push it back up. And there you go. I think that's really nice. Really, I haven't seen that transformation before. Not that I have a lot of blast offs, but then you move this again like that. I'll show it from this angle. Move this around here. Then you have the room to plug that in. Now I'll show it from here. You want to move this down like that. Move this in, flip that out, move that in, flip that up. And this might come out. If it does, you just flip it back in. There you go. There we go. So we can leave it like this for now. And what you want to do is flip this up. You can push his head down back to like this. Flip that up, and then you can pull these out. They have these two things right here, one on this side, and these two clamp. They kind of clamp that on both sides. It's the same. And then you can get to all of this stuff. So bend that out. You might need a tool. I'm gonna try to do it without a tool. You want to flip this up. Might be easier now that I've done it a couple times, or yeah, a few times. Flip that up. And if you want to, you can flip the wheel out now, the landing gear just a little, just so you can reach it. But there's a little tab there. It's not too tight. So everything's like that now. Then you want to pull this up, but don't go all the way, because you want to spin this around. Now you can go all the way, and it should peg in up here on these two pegs. Might be hard. There you go. Flip this out. This thing is on a sliding mechanism, and I'll show it. So you flip it up, and then you push it, and it stays like that. Now this, I'm gonna need a tool just for speed. I did get my fingernail in here. The first time I did it, it took a while, but you get that in, you flip that out. Much easier with a tool, because then you can flip it out and get leverage on it like that. Flip this out. And I think it's easier maybe if you don't close. No, doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. It might matter a little bit. Yeah, it might matter a little bit because of that right there. So take that for what it is. Now that you have this, now you can push this, not like that, push this up here and move this together. So it reclamps in here, you can see. So you can do one at a time. Reclamp, you can push this down. Kind of. It can get difficult. And then you can move this, make sure this is out the way. You move the arms up, and the arms go up on this joint right here. So they move all the way up, and then you can get this in here, try to get this together. Then clamp the arms together. Then you can move this up here, push it down, get it all together. There's a peg there. There was two pegs up here. The peg there that goes in there. Peg here that goes in here. And all of this is good. Then this right here, you see the four pegs. You can kind of see where it's going to go. It can get difficult because it has to be exactly right, and then you push this up and you see it's not exactly right. Don't do that. Come on, kids, what are we doing? There we go. Then we do that, and it keeps everything together. Now everything's perfect, kind of. This you can move out. You can move these out. It's on like a double hinge. You can see that it's gonna go here like that. I kind of don't worry about it because you gotta put it in kind of not last, but it's gonna be on top of some other stuff too. So legs, not hard at all. You can move this down here, flip this out there like that. Then you want to flip this down, flip this all the way around. And it's difficult, it's tight, but you have it like that and good to go. Do the same thing over here. Flip this down, flip the small thruster out, and flip this around here as much as possible, and have it sticking out, lining up, and you're good to go. Now up here, you want to pull this out in here, flip this out, flip this stuff out, and then flip this way, and you see that right there, that will clamp onto that mushroom peg right there, and you got it like that. And then when you're pushing it back down, you can kind of move this wing out at the same time, so it sits like that. You can move that down a little bit. Same thing over here. I will show it again. It's not difficult at all. Pull this out, flip this, flip this, flip this around, peg it right there, then flip this wing around as you're pushing this back down, so everything is fitting, and you can kind of see it coming together. Now you want to pull these out on the side here, pull these all the way out. You don't have to peg them in yet because you will in a minute. Pull this up, flip this up here, and we're gonna have it like that. But this right here you want to get out, but the way you do that, you see these mushroom pegs, you just push this, and it kind of, you know, plastic, bending plastic around plastic, that's what they're known for, but I guess it works. So you flip that out, and then you flip this piece out, and you can put it back. Either way, you can either do it on top and just slide in and stay, or you can do it the other way. So just make sure these right here, you can get them messed up and have them all jacked up. So I just put that there just to keep it out the way. I don't know how out the way it's going to be, but then over here, do the same thing. Move that, push this in, kind of. Let me see if it might be better to just move it in like that and then open it up. And move this out. Same time, you're moving this out of here like that, and then put this back in there. And now you're getting to the home stretch. Now you just want to peg all these together. There's a peg here that goes over here, peg there, goes there. There's some pegs up here, two pegs that go to each other. I'm gonna kind of peg these together, but be careful because you're gonna push these sides in, and you're gonna do it inevitably, but kind of keep it out and push these together at the same time. There you go. You can kind of keep it like that, and then try to straighten these legs out as much as possible. They will get messed up a little, and then you can just move this. There's a mushroom peg right there. There's a peg in here that pegs onto the legs. Try to get that leg peg in first, because then if you have the leg right, there you go, where you need it, then you can move this all around to peg this in there like that. And then this a peg down here. I don't really like this right here. I think they should have had a different sequence. Like maybe this should have been over these, and this could have been the same, but it's under and under. So like both of these are But there we go. I mean, it worked. Then there's a peg there that you peg up in here to get that right. Then do the same thing over here. Again, I try to peg the leg in first, and it was already lined up just because I got the other side right. Peg that, peg this up in there, and then last but not least, I kind of try to peg these, and you see this falls down. That's why I don't like this peg right here, because it doesn't hold it up. But you can peg that in and it will kind of hold it together. Peg this side in, kind of hold it together, and then you can peg this or keep it, you know, kind of get that right. And here we are with the shuttle. I mean, it looks great. It's great. The transformation isn't hard. It has a little landing gear here. I think the landing gear went in. I was trying to keep it out a little bit. It's not hard to get out though. See, got a little, as long as you got a nail, not real, fake wheels. And here we go. I mean, we got the purples. We got the windshield, a different purple, and yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I don't know if there's any place to store this. I tried to store it up in here. It kind of fits, but it falls out. I was thinking maybe it fit up in here to cover up that hole, but I think that's for something else. But you can put it on the shelf like that if you want to store it, if you're gonna have it in this mode. But it falls out. It falls out. I don't think it's supposed to be that way. Not much to talk about with the jet mode. I mean the shuttle mode, space shuttle mode. The thrusters back here, they do move up and down, kinda. Not kinda. They do move up and down. This moves like this. But you know, it's supposed to be like that. Not really supposed to move. Wings don't really move. They do move, but I mean they're not supposed to move. They don't have no give. That's it. If you enjoyed this review, please leave me a like, you know, subscribe and share. Sharing helps a lot. Helps get the word out. I know it's been years, but I still need the word to get out because, you know, I'm still struggling. I'm still struggling. So I thank you for joining me again, and I will get over with you in another one. Peace.
You know, life ain't over. Life ain't over. Life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.